Hello guys, welcome to another episode of What If Naofumi was no had Venom. So where we last left off, Naofumi and Venom just beat a wolf, a special boss wolf with the fire abilities, and they just got their resistance to fire. So let's just continue. So as Naofumi was getting away from the cave, none of you guys said anything if you want Raftali alive or dead. So I'm going to, and if you wanted her to be getting somewhere, some way or another with no for me. So yeah, I'm going to make it that he gets Raftali another way, but not as the same way as canon. And as you see, wait a second, you see this. This is going to be Venom. Because they don't want to show their form fully when they fight someone, so they don't get called out. So yeah, let's continue. And as Naofumi was going away from the cave to the kingdom, he heard a scream of a girl, and as he went there, he was hiding because of Venom being able to hide in plain sights, because that's actually one of Venom's ability, camouflage. He can camouflage with anywhere. So yeah, let's continue. So he was seeing a raccoon girl was being undressed by a noble forcefully. And if you ask how Raftalia got with the noble wanted a slave. He wanted a slave trader, and he took Raftalia because she looked hot. So yeah, let's continue. So as Naofumi saw that, he was disgusted, and he immediately, like, wait a second. Yeah, sorry guys, I lost the Venom picture, so you guys have to be with this one for now. So Naofumi just bit the head off the noble, and Raftalia was scared by this. She was hiding behind a tree from Naofumi. Then Naofumi went back and retracted Venom back, and he was holding his hand out for Raftalia, telling her that it's okay, it's fine, that he's not a bad guy. He was here to save her and stuff. So Raftalia comes out and out of the tree, but still like alerted. So now Fumi just takes her by the hand and tells her that for her to come with him. And so now Fumi takes her. She wasn't sick or anything. So because the noble gave her medicine, why? Because he didn't want to be like infected with anything. So yeah, let's continue. Not because the goodness of his heart. So okay. So him and Raftalia made their way to the kingdom, and everybody was staring at Naofumi with full of hatred in their eyes, because he was the shield hero and he raped the princess. Raftalia was also noticing that everybody was staring at him, and she asked him why everybody was staring at him. Naofumi told her it's nothing, as they were keep walking, and Naofumi asked Raftalia if she has anybody to go to. Raftalia tells him no. Do you have any family? He asked her no. So now Fumi asks her if she wants to be with to to go with him on adventures, and she was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want me to come with you? I'm merely slave." Now Fumi was like, "Get that slave thing off your mind, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you can come with me, but you'll need to be more experience. You need to get experience in killing and leveling up. And Raftali was a little bit of not saddened. What was the word? I just forgot it. Just so you guys know, English isn't my first language, so Raftali wasn't sure if she was ready to kill, but she then got a determined look on her face and told Naofumi that she'll do anything. And so Naofumi went to a shop, got Raftalia some armor and a dagger or a short sword, if you will, and they went out. At first, Naofumi and Raftalia were, Naofumi was telling Raftalia to uh, hit the balloon with the short sword. And if you ask why, and Naofumi is being more gentle this time. And if you ask why, because he doesn't really need that much help anymore since he has venom, but he's still a little bit harsh on her, but not as much as the anime. As in the anime, is like, if you don't do this, you'll die. And so yeah, let's continue. And Raftali was tried to stab it, but she just then got like bounced off. And now Fumi told her that she needs to do it with a better grip and put more force behind her stabbing. And Raftalia did as Naofumi told her and stabbed the balloon and popped. And they did this a few times, and Naofumi let Raftalia do it alone, and she did pretty well. Then they moved on to a rabbit, and Raftalia was a bit scared but did it with determination because Naofumi saved her from a noble was about to what was that? I don't know. Her. So let's continue. As they did as now, Fumi told her that she did a good job and they can go back to the town for the day. And as they were walking to the town, they saw a man that needed help, and they ran up to him. And Naofumi asked him if he's fine. And the man told him, Yeah." Then all of a sudden, a few people came out of the forest, and Naofumi was like saying out loud that this was a trap, waiting for somebody that is gullible enough to help the man. And the man got up and took out his sword, and the other, let's say, three bandits just came out. And Naofumi just like saw them and told Raftalia to close her eyes, and so did Raftalia. And Naofumi transformed into Venom. And as all the bandits got scared, but one of the bandits was foolish enough to attack Naofumi, so Naofumi just ripped the guy's arm off and hit the guy with his own arm and threw him off a cliff. They were near a cliff, if you didn't know. And while the other one was trying to run away from Naofumi slash Venom. So Venom made a few tendrils and shot at the other three bandits, and the fourth being the man that had the trap and was waiting for someone. Just like pulled them toward Naofumi, and one of the bandits cut off the tendrils. And I'm going to say that this bandit was actually a magic caster, was a real weak one, but yes, still. So it had ice magic, so it shot ice at Naofumi. It didn't do it nearly didn't do anything, just a little bit of freezing the sludge of Naofumi, but it was nothing they can't handle. So Naofumi just like took that ice that was frozen sludge and just threw it at the guy's head and killed the guy with that. As so the man that trapped was lying, he was just like scared because they didn't think that the shield hero would be this strong. And Naofumi beat the third bandit's head off, and while the man was trying to run away, Naofumi cornered him to the cliff, and all of a sudden a head popped off, and I was like, "What should we do with this guy?" asked Venom. Now Fumi told him, "What do you think?" "I, I think we should eat his kidneys." And the man was getting scared. Now Fumi told him, "Nah, we already had enough snacks of brains. I say we throw him off the cliff." Venom said, "Oh, fine. But the next time we see a bad guy, we eat their kidneys." Naofumi told him, "Yeah, fine, fine. We'll do that." And so Naofumi kicked the bastard off the cliff. The bastard was falling off the cliff and yelling for help, but nobody came. If you get the reference, good. So Naofumi went to Raftalia and told her that she can open her eyes, and Raftalia asked what happened to the bandits, and Naofumi just told her, nothing. They just ran away. And Raftalia believed him as they went to a town, and they went to the inn, and Naofumi asked for a meal for both of them. So they gave the meals. Naofumi ate his, Raftalia ate hers too. So he him and Raftalia went out, and as they were seeing watching for looking for better equipment, Raftalia saw uh, little kids playing with balls, and asked if Naofumi could buy her one too, and Naofumi told her fine, and he bought her one. As Raftalia was playing with the ball, it got dark, and Naofumi told Raftalia that they need to get to the inn and go to sleep. As they were going in the inn, all of a sudden a guy came out and stabbed Raftalia in the head and Naofumi in the head, and they both died. Just joking. They didn't die. They'll never die. And so Naofumi and Raftalia just went to their rooms. Naofumi saw as Raftalia fell asleep. He just took a blanket and put it on her as he told her good night, and Naofumi went to his own bed and he fell asleep. And this is where I ended it. I'm sorry guys if it was short. My motivation go brr.